This video is brought to you by Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist, my new book, which is a comprehensive guide to all aspects of music theory necessary for playing rock guitar. From blues to the cycle of fifths, from understanding and using modes to choosing the right notes for a melodic solo, from pentatonic scales to chord construction and keys. It's all covered in a clear and concise manner. With accompanying video demonstrations, jam tracks and tabs, you'll learn to use the knowledge you gain in accessible ways that make sense for less than the cost of a few guitar lessons. Check out the link in the description for more details. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now, my taste, my likes and dislikes when it comes to electric guitars, it's well documented on this channel. You know, I've never made much of a secret of the fact that I don't mind trying out the odd modern kind of thing. I've had a couple of headless guitars that I've owned, both by eArt, the GW2 and the GW2 Pro, and I quite enjoyed both of those guitars. It was just the practicality of the headless design that wasn't so much a deal breaker, but it was just something that I didn't quite kind of get into anyway. For the most part, though, I am more of a traditionalist. I like guitars that have this kind of shape to them, and when I'm not playing guitars with that kind of shape, more often than not, it will be guitars with this kind of shape to them. Telecasters and Les Pauls, essentially, where it's at for me. I was a Strat guy for many years, and then just kind of on a whim bought a Telecaster and fell in love with it and sort of fell out of love with the Strat at the same time. So that's kind of where I'm at. You know what I like, and you also know that I dislike Floyd Rose bridges. I dislike anything that's a little bit too Liberace looking, a little bit too blingy, a little bit too footballers' wives, all kind of mother of gold pearl inlay and all that kind of stuff. That sort of stuff. To be honest with you, you put a guitar like that in the hands of someone like me, it's like putting a Rolex on a chimp, isn't it? So that's not for me, and neither is this style of guitar, frankly. I've never been a fan of the body shape of any kind of Fender offset. But I've got one here today, and this was very generously loaned to me by a viewer of this channel. He got in touch and said, I know you're not really into Jazzmasters, but I've got a really nice one. Do you want to feature it on your channel? So I said, well, yeah, of course. So now what comes next is, like, usually when you kind of have somebody demoing this style of guitar, we launch into all kinds of jingly-jangly Johnny Marr kind of ambient kind of stuff. But that's not what I'm about as a guitar player. I'm a meat and two veg, pie and chips, classic blues rock kind of fella. So I thought I'd see if I'm missing a trick here. Is a Jazzmaster a guitar that will excel in that particular genre? Well, here's a little tune I put together with this guitar, and we can kind of see whether that's the case or not. And just before we go any further, you probably know what I'm going to say now, there is a full tab for that piece of music in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it. The jam track to play along with for yourself, all of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address. Link in the description. $3 or £3 a month gets you access to all of these additional goodies that go along with these YouTube videos. And a massive, massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that or any of the other ways, all of which are downstairs in the description. Tones I was getting there, it was just the usual suspects basically. It was the Blue Guitar Amp 1 Mercury Edition on the Vintage channel for the crunchy riffy bits. For the clean parts, it was that exact same setting there, but with the guitar's volume dialed back a little. And for the high again stuff, the solos, it was basically those settings once again, with the new Ex-Horseman pedal going into the front end of it. And, you know, that was what I was playing. So, has this Jazzmaster won me over? Has this kind of made me think, oh, yeah? Because there are a lot of reasons why it could. I mean, these Jazzmaster pickups, they are big, chunky single coils, much like a P90. I'm not saying these are P90s or that they're the same as P90s, but I'm saying that, you know, that you would think that somebody who likes the sound of a P90 would go for the sound of these pickups. You know, and I got to tell you, it's got a comfortable neck. We're going to look at some stats in the moment. It's got a beautiful, low, easy-to-play action. It stays in tune, you know. It's got a lot going for it, this guitar. So, let's find out whether it's something that, you know, I think would suit me in my, you know, kind of dad rock, blues rock, classic rock kind of shenanigans that I get up to. But before we do that, let's have a look at some stats here. I said we would. Starting with the weight, 3.65 kilos, nut width of 41.5 millimeters. There you can see the 1st and 12th fret neck profiles. Quite a nice C-shaped neck, as I say, very comfortable. 9.5-inch fretboard radius and DC pickup resistance readings of 7.14 in the bridge, 6.78 in the neck, and 4.41k in the middle. So that just gives you a bit of an overview of what this guitar is all about in terms of its playing experience. It is a, you know, I had fun playing this guitar. I really did. But is it something that I would gravitate towards as a regular kind of guitar to kind of use in the music that I make? Well, I got to tell you, not really. I had fun playing it, but there's still the shape that I can't get past. Just this, I think it's this, let me move this microphone, this kind of lower bout here, this lower horn. Is it a bout or a horn? I'm not sure. It looks a little bit like a stump. Do you know what I'm saying? It looks like it should come out further, and it's had, there's been an amputation and it's left a stump. It just looks a little bit foreshortened, shall we say. And all of this gizmo switchery shenanigans up here, I think it tends to make it look cluttered. The rather spongy feel of the trem, I know that is a selling point for many people, you know, but I don't know, it just feels a bit odd, really. If you're used to a regular kind of like a PRS style trem, or like a Fender style trem, or something like, or like a Stratocaster style trem, or any of the variations on it, it just feels a little bit odd, you know. But, you know, as I say, one test that I put all guitars to is, does the sound clean up from the volume control? Some people in the comments have often said, well, why don't you just use the clean channel then? Well, because back in the day when, you know, I was cutting my teeth as a guitarist, not all amps had clean channels, and this is how you did it. And it's a way that I like to do it, because it makes for a more kind of organic shift between clean and dirty sounds. You're not kind of going from like a full out dirty sound to a full out clean sound. You can kind of blend from one to another, which I like to do. And this guitar is, you know, as you heard, capable of doing that. Another thing is, it didn't suffer from that Jazzmaster thing of, you know, the string popping out with a bridge saddle, if you even so much as gave it a stern look, let alone breathe on it hard or something like that. It was a very stable guitar, played well throughout that whole demo piece earlier. So, this is my prejudice. I just can't quite get past the shape. I thought the sound was a little bit on the thin side, I have to say, but, you can EQ that out. That's nothing that should be a deal breaker on any guitar. That's something that you can, swap pickups out and change the settings on whatever you plugged into. But I did find the sound a little bit thin for what I like to do with a guitar. I'm sure for doing that kind of, delay, kind of infused chorusy Johnny Marr kind of stuff, then this sound is the sound that these pickups make would be, ideal. But the question I set at the beginning of this video is, is a Jazzmaster a guitar that, that fits what I do as a guitar player? And I've had fun playing it, and I'm incredibly grateful for the loan of the guitar. But at the end of the day, I just don't think that this is a guitar that is ever going to win me over. So if you are a Fender offset, or in general, or a Jazzmaster aficionado in particular, then please just take this as being my opinion of a guitar. We can't all agree on everything all the time. It's not a guitar for me, but I've had fun playing it, and you don't know till you try, do you? Maybe it would have won me over. But anyway, that is what I think of this rather nice Fender Japan 2023 Jazzmaster. I meant to mention that at the beginning. I'm sure some people, the real sort of Fender Japan aficionados, will tell me that these go faster stripes down here have some kind of significance, and if you'd like to leave that in the comments, then please do so. But yeah, this is, as I say, it's been fun, but thanks but no thanks when it comes to Jazzmasters. And that is the video for today, folks. Hope you found it entertaining in some small way, and maybe not that enlightening, because I think you probably knew from the outset what the conclusion was going to be if you've been watching this channel for longer than 5 minutes. But there you go, that is the video for today. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday 5 PM UK time. We drink beer and talk about stuff, music and guitars and whatever else crops up, basically. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.